What is going on, everybody? So, as you can probably tell from the title, this is actually not an Edison format video. This is a Tengu format video. I play a number of retro formats. Edison's my current focus because it's the big popular one and it's the one I enjoy a lot. It's I guess Goat's big and popular too, but it's just not really my thing. Edison's much more closer to the playstyle that I really enjoy, so that's the one I focus on, and that's the one I'm going to continue to focus on this channel, but maybe every now and then we'll do some retro content for other formats as well. So I brought an adapted, like, Kuraz field spell list to this event for Tengu-Plant. My list is, if you want to see it, it's posted on Format Library in the tournament coverage, because I ended up getting third place, which I think was a pretty impressive showing. And here I'm just going to be going over all my replays so you can see how it went. I think there's some pretty epic gameplay in this video, if you don't mind me saying. So I think we're just going to be starting off here. We're up against Timbo Jones in round one. I think he's playing like Chaos, which is a pretty good deck. It was a matchup I was definitely worried about because getting your Gear Dragons banished could be a big issue. So I'm going to try and go a little quick because I want to do all the replays in one video. Anyway, they go Thunder King Pass. I kind of have to get rid of this because I drew my Terraforming. I was very concerned with Thunder King when making this because I'm like, Terraforming is pretty important. So I tried to build my deck around, like, not losing to Thunder King. Anyway, if I sound sick, it's because I am. I have caught COVID, so unfortunate. Here, they're just kind of trading with my Tengu, but I'm walled up here. I need to draw, like... Okay, I go for it here with the Kuraz play. That's actually pretty good. Kuraz is pretty interesting in this format. It's like a lot worse because of Valor and Warning, but it's a lot better because there's 2 calls and a Reborn. So there's some trade-offs to consider. End phase, I'm going to get the Pot of Greed with Call of the Haunted. That's really nice. Here he set the Fader because he wanted the Light in the Dark for BLS. Makes sense. Dimmalk's an insanely good draw for him. Yeah, I think I was in a really strong position this game, but I think I do end up losing it somehow. I decide that I have to Dark Hole. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I could have waited. I don't know. I don't know if that was right or not. But he's going to go Leviair, and now I've got this irritating Thunder King I have to deal with. He decides to just let my attack go through here, rather than book it, so that he can do this Sork Leviair play next turn, which was probably correct. Yeah, I'm in trouble now. I gotta deal with this Thunder King. I draw the Trooper, which is pretty good. He could have stopped this again. And man, if I had sequenced that bulb differently, I would have gotten to draw an Avarice, which would have been really nice. So we go end phase. We're trying to go for game here. But he has the Book of Moon to stop himself from dying. So, and the Valor to stop himself from dying. Very rough. We came very close to winning this game, but now I think it's just going to be downhill from here because we're just out of stuff. Milled our Avarice, and yeah, he's going to out all our monsters. So we're just going to turtle behind stuff for a little bit, but I don't think it's going to do anything. I guess here I was thinking maybe I could make a play with Spore. Did I have Spore in grave? Yeah. So if he kills my Dandy. But here my Dandy's just going to get banished and then I'm going to lose, so. Yeah, we go next. Maybe I should have waited to make him play it correctly, but that game was feeling pretty lost, so. Here, should I have done this? I don't know. I don't know that summoning Gear Dragon right away was correct. Yeah, I like specifically asked him if anything was going to be done in start step here, and he didn't, so I made him reset that. Probably wouldn't have mattered too much, just for like a little bit more damage than it would have been. And he gets the Sangan Search instead of not getting the Sangan Search. Alright, so I know this face down Spirit Reaper. I just want to get it face up. I flipped the Iron Maul. I sided this card. I definitely had good pre for Chaos. I didn't bring enough pre for Agents. I think Agents is really good against any kind of Tengu-Plant sort of deck, which this deck has a lot of that stuff. So I should have sided more for that matchup. Anyway, my Kuraz gets Veilered. Fortunately, it can attack. The effect that doesn't let it attack is a continuous effect, not a condition. So if it gets negated by something like that, here I'm trying to like Black Rose second effect, but then I just realized like, wait, I have Iron Maul on the field. I'm not allowed to do that. So we go for Scrap Dragon, which is nice. Pop our Gear Town. That's gonna be game. All right, game number 3. This one, I think I kind of stole. I probably shouldn't have won this one. I set the Mind Crush. Here, he probably should have just tributed Sidra. I don't know. Getting my graveyard banished was kind of relevant, though, because it meant my Debris and then the Avarice I top deck into were super bricked for a while. I Mind Crushed the Veiler to get a Sea hand. Then I'm like, still decide to go for this play just to force the Fader. So yeah, that Dark Hole is going to mess me up. I Dark Hole him back because I can't lose any more cards. Here I know this sets Decree, so I can't just flip Mind Crush. If he had just flipped this Decree on end phase of the at any point here, I think, or at least when I first set the Mind Crush, probably would have been better, because now I'm going to be able to like get rid of the Crow, which will make my Avarice live. Even though it requires me to go neg, I think that's my only chance to get back into this. So, also he like never special the side. I get he's holding Sidra for Gear Dragon, but like if he had specialed it and run over this, I feel like I'd have been in more trouble. Here I feel like I have to do something. He doesn't negate Ancient Fairy with Veiler, which kind of makes sense because he's got the Sidra and he wants to use that. Also, he has no outs to Ancient Fairy anyway. So I do it again. Weird that he let me do it this time, actually. I guess the Fader means this isn't so much damage threat. But I do finally get to resolve my Avarice. Draw double effect Veiler, which is awesome against Chaos. Means like he hits this Caius, which threatens to out both my monsters, but I have the Veiler. So here I decide I just gotta go for it, so I go for game. And he doesn't have it, so that's gonna be match number 1. Okay, on to match number 2. Up against Tyrone. Forget this. Oh, they were playing Infernity. Oh, yeah, game 1. I open a trash hand, going second. And they just have, they are able to Reborn Archfiend. And they get the barrier, so now it's like, great. At least one of my cards is getting negated in this trash hand. I try to drop Tagodia here, but he warnings me, I think. And then I try to use... No, wait, I just draw the second Kuraz in my deck. Okay, yeah, at that point I just scoop. I'm just like, damn, this is so bad. Alright, this hand's really good, though. It's kind of awkward. I opened the Decree, but he only has 1 trap. But I didn't know that. I don't know, I think a Veiler the Grepher here is a little bit aggressive of a play, but the mind control on the Danny was really bad. I know now he has the Dark Hole. But I'm just going to end phase Decree and go in. Obviously I can do Formula Librarian stuff from here. So we're going to be drawing a bunch. I think maybe I should have mind controlled before Avarice here. Potentially. That might have been a slight mistake. We are going to end up missing game by a bit, which means Dark Hole is going to be an issue. But we like pretty much obtain like an insurmountable card advantage lead with the maxi, just in case he like goes off somehow. So even though I know I'm gonna get Darkhold, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, he goes for this. I just have the maxi to say you gotta like stop your turn here. So he just gets barrier and hits, but we have too much, so it's gonna be game over. On to game number 3. Pretty much every game went game 3, I think. Here, maybe I should have Veilered. I knew to Veiler this last game, but this game I just didn't for some reason. Always good to go for it on turn 1 versus Infernity so they can't barrier you. Here I just decided I have to go for it. And fortunately for me, the back row are fake. Which there will be a lot of situations like this where the back row are fake against Infernity. So yeah, we have Veiler Maxi. I'm pretty confident I can stop whatever they're going to do. Oh, I forgot about my Tengu. Yeah, I didn't make them take the extra damage since I forgot, but damn, that's dumb. I think I do this one other time in the event where I just forget I have a third Tengu in deck. Fortunately, it never like broke the game state or anything, but still, kind of dumb. So we have the Maxi. They're not really going to be able to do much. They go Stygian because they have to out, and I get a draw for Librarian, so we're getting tons of draws. Fortunately, we drew 2 Kuraz again. We only play 2 specifically so this doesn't happen. But whatever. We're going to Veiler the Archfiend, so we get the extra draw, but he doesn't get the card. Here, we just go in for Brionek. We have game with Scrap Dragon direct if we just bounce everything, so no reason to give him the extra turn. We know everything, he can't stop us. Alright, that's game over. Infernity player destroyed. Just kidding. Alright, round 3 we're against Jaina. Jaina was playing really cool, like Nordic Beast TG, hamster, pile kind of deck. It was pretty sick, so I go set the goats. My hand's pretty good, actually. I'm going to drop the Tragodia. I get my Kuraz Dust Shoot. Dust Shoot is, like, as obnoxious as it is in Edison, I think it's even more degenerate in this format. It really feels like it just wins the game every time it happens. Or at least a lot of the time. There are a lot more non-games in this format because of Dust Shoot, I think, than in Edison. Maybe that's because the format's a little faster. I don't know. I get Maxi, but I decided I need the extra draw here because I don't have any outs to this Colossal. At least no outs that she knows about. Or doesn't know about, because the Torrential's obviously here, but she's got to play around it because she knows from the Dust Shoot. Here I decided I have to Board Wiper. So I go for the Torrential into the heavy. I almost scoop when I see this Doors. And it's a good thing I didn't, because I actually end up winning this somehow. There were a lot of games that I feel like I sort of like stole, and this was one of them, I think. She's kind of drawing bad, so that's part of it. We find Dark Hole, which is really nice. We go... Yeah, we just threaten more damage, I guess. But she's going to Dark Hole's back, obviously. Maybe she should have just set Raikou here. I don't know. Actually... It's weird. She's going to die here because I bring back Giltron. I decided to play around Torrential and just go straight Battle Phase. And that ends up... I mean, no matter what I did, I would have won there, so... Because it was Judgment. Here's one of these Dust Shoot non-games I was mentioning. I never should have blind spaced this. I know she's on Nordics. I saw one last game. That was so stupid, but... Yeah. I decided to be cheeky and not set the Torrential, but she just goes for it anyway, because she can play into Torrential with his hand. And I pretty much lose from here, so... Yeah, Dust Shoot definitely wrecked my shit that game. But... Now it's her turn to get Dust Shooted. Man, there was a Dust Shoot in all 3 of these games, huh? What's worse is I have, like, Foolish Debris into Trishula. And I now know that she can't stop that play with any card in her hand, so I'm just like, well. Unfortunate to be you, Jane. You know, here, I think we forget the Dandy tokens, if I remember. Now, this also wouldn't have mattered, but like, it's a disturbing number of things that I'm forgetting. So I go space so that I can space my own gear town without her making a missed timing and go for game. So we win that one as well. On to the next one. Here we finally drop a game. We're up against agents, which, like I said, bad matchup for any kind of plant synchro deck. Here, they have the reborn, so just gonna clear my tokens, go main to Gotchi. My formula gets orange lighted, unfortunately. I tribute over my guy with Gear Town. I decide I want to fill up my grave for Avarice. I think I make a really greedy play here, and I go like Brionac main 2. And I didn't really need to do that. I could have just waited. Yeah. I don't get punished for it, but I feel like that was probably a mistake. Anyway, we draw the bulb, which is sick. And yeah, we're gonna have the MST on our own Gear Town to go for game as well, so. Yep, kind of just sacked that game one. Here we get our Dust Shoot MST. We probably would have won this duel if we hadn't lost the 50-50 on the end phase MST. Which sucks. But, you know, it's gonna happen. Drop Tragodia. Go for the terraforming. We're just gonna hit in. I think we get Honested. This would have been fine if I hadn't gotten like lethaled randomly out of nowhere on this turn with Ancient Sacred Wyvern. So yeah, they just drop everything and kill me here because I'm out of Tengus. Which, yeah, a bit unfortunate, but we still have a game 3. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have set this Mind Crush turn 1. First of all, they go for the random space, which is kind of risky, but I end up missing the Mind Crush, which definitely fucks me up here. They go for the Cyber Dragon play. Kind of down bad here. This card wasn't treacherous. Okay, I guess I just shouldn't have played around it then. I don't know. As it stands, I was playing around it, but now I'm going to take a ton of damage and almost die. Alright, I think we just go for the Dark Hole. Here I decide I just have to summon the Tengu and start hitting and hope. They draw Honest. This Honest is going to kill me this game, unfortunately. They have Treacherous, but I have the Reborn to extend. I guess I could have played around Honest. If I had just like left Formula plus Reborn Tengu here, I could have technically played around Honest. But I feel like I need to put him on a 2-turn clock, and now I'm dead to Honest, so unfortunate. Very unfortunate. A lot of close calls in these games though. So yeah, I kind of just felt like the games were very good, games were very close today. So we're down in losers bracket. We go set Tengu. We just hit. We're against another agent deck. Okay, here they just do nothing. I probably shouldn't have gone for this. This played into Max C really badly, but he like just holds it. Well, I guess I don't know. I don't know if he used Max C correctly there. I just let him space because I obviously don't want to special summon more guys into Max C. So I decide to Valor this. It's pretty much always correct to Valor this at some point. Here we just go for the Dark Hole, and then we have the Gear Dragon in for game, so it's going to be game number 1. Game number 2. Again, probably could have won this game if I hadn't got my damn Max C. Well, I don't know how much it would have mattered, but you know. I decided to chain the Maxi in case I draw like Avarice or Debris Dragon or something, but I don't know if that was correct. Maybe I should have just hoped to redraw it, I don't know. They used Honest aggressively here, which was maybe wrong. I guess they just want to out my stuff. Okay, here I take a big chance and just think like they can't kill me, but then they have a second Hyperion, so yeah, unfortunate. But there's still game number 3. This was another like really close one that I sort of stole. I just failed this. Don't want them getting the bricks out of the deck. So they're just gonna go beat over. No big deal. We can just summon. Oh, we draw Lone Fire. That's really nice. Is this set? Okay, it's a bottomless. We don't get Prio here because we synced with Dandy, so he's gonna get bottomless. But we can just make another play with Spore to get rid of this. I set that to play around heavy. Then I just decide to randomly Mind Crush for Hyperion. Which is maybe wrong, because they didn't have a light engrave to banish. And I don't get punished for it, but they just have the Reborn anyway. Actually, I kind of did get punished for it. Because they wouldn't have been able to pop my Catastor if I hadn't sent it to Grave so they could Reborn it. A little interesting. Anyway, we're down bad here. We're down bad. We go bring back the Catastor. It's gonna buy us a turn. I decide to use the bulb to tribute summon Gajiltron. If I hit over Gotchi, then this will be too small and I can Veiler it and maybe try to stay alive. Or summon another Gear Dragon. Just gonna try to beat over their stuff. And yeah, they're just walling up. Unfortunately, my second call is gonna get spaced. And now they find the Sorked out one of my Gear Dragons. They go for a Tour Guide into Leviair to bring back Sangan. So they're like very walled up. Here, Heavy doesn't do anything. I just hit over Sork. He has to beat in with Sangan, gets Birdman. He's going to go main 2 Brianak on me and bounce my guy. That's fine though, because I have a Gear Town set. I think a while about whether I should have Stormed first or Gear Towned first. It's like, if it's second bottomless, then I should Storm. But if not, I should Gear Town over. Yeah, I think... I don't know. It's hard to say. I go for the greedier play, which is to Storm first, and it ends up working out. So Thunder King doesn't do anything. Here we have a Kuraz play, which is really nice. We're going to get some bonus cards. The bonus cards we get aren't great. Fortunately, he draws a Maxi too at a terrible time, so... And then we rip Avarice. This Avarice is really crazy good. It's going to put back all of our threats. I need to decide more of this card, I think. It's really good, and I didn't resolve it one time today. So anyway, we're going to be able to take that match against Agents. We are now in the top 4, and we're playing against Rodney Sittington, who's on a very cool Fusion Gate hero deck, which you will see. Game 1. My hand's not bad. But we're going second, and he drew like the nuts. Like Warning, Judgment, Fusion Gate, Future Fusion, plus the Stratos, plus the Duality. Actually, just a wild opening. So he's probably just gonna set everything and then make multiple Shinings on us and negate all our stuff. I think that's what happens. We are gonna resolve a Dust Shoot. Dust Shoot not that great against this deck though. So he summons a couple Shinings. He Warnings my Tengu, and then he Judgments my Call, which is really cocky, but I didn't have anything else, so... Yeah, I'm just gonna die here. Very good play by Rodney. Very just aggro, and is gonna be able to end that game fast, which seems like the playstyle of this deck in general. He drew all 3 Fusion Gates? What the hell? I think I might have taken the Thunder Dragon off of that Duality, Because you got like 3 dead fusion gates in your hand, man. Alright, we go for a greedy play, and we do get punished because the face down was MST. It's going to make our Gear Town miss timing. I decided we need to do something. Because, I don't know. I don't want to wait around for him to draw chain material. He hits him with Bubble Man, forgetting that Mull is optional, so that was kind of lucky. I think we do get Dark Hold here, but it's not really going to matter. One of them's Dandy and one of them's Tengu. So we're just going to be going for game next turn, because I think we draw Gear Town. No, we draw Terraforming. We also go for the bold play. Our Brio will get bottomless again. We don't get Prio. But we just pop a set, pop our field, and we got 3k damage. That's going to be game over. Game 3, our hand is super awkward. We've got... Yeah, I don't know. My only thinking is, like, maybe if he summons the Shining, I can use the Trag Steal effect and take it, and that'll be, like, a huge swing. And I think that's what ends up happening. So I try to drop Tragodia, it gets warninged or something. But it's like, okay, no big deal. I can bring it back with one of my, or with my call later. So here we double Mind Crush him just to rip his monsters and, like, slow down his game plan. Maybe I shouldn't have done. Maybe I should just let him make Shining. I draw second call, which is going to be relevant. So I decided to let the first Shining through and stop the second one so I can steal the Shining and then, like, be way ahead on tempo. He has the stop for the first call, but he doesn't have the stop for the second call. I go for the Reborn to try and go for game, but he has the bottomless. However, he just has, like, no answers in his hand. So we're a really good spot. We beat over the Sidra. Can't really afford to play around Honest in this situation. And we're just going to win this turn with Catastor. And then direct with Shining. So we managed to pull that one off, despite our kind of awkward opening hand. And this leads us into our final match. We're up against Phil again on Agents. So we open Maxi. I Maxi the second one. I don't know if that's the right way to do it. I feel like it's kind of arbitrary. I don't know. Fortunately for me, he like opened double Shine Ball, which makes me even more perplexed as to how exactly I lost this game. We just switched that to defense. I guess we just don't have a lot of gas right now. Yeah. He's going to go for Catastor. Alright, so having like Honest Orange like Christia is like a big problem, actually. He's going to Orange Light our Orient Dragon. A little bit rough. We have to use the book to out the Catastor. And then he's just going to drop Christia, and that's going to be GG. Because I know he's Honest, so I can't use Mausoleum to get over that. And even he has Gotchi anyway, so I still can't use Mausoleum to get over it. But this game we draw Dust Shoot. Again, Maxi. I Dust Shoot him on Attack Declaration. And yeah, we search some field spells because we got a bunch of them. We're just going to try to hit over his stuff. He goes for this again. So I think he's just going to make Gotchi and hit over Tengu. Okay, I forget what I do this turn. I think yeah, we just go for the Tribute over. Just like, nah, Cyber Dragon doesn't exist, surely. So we out as much of his field as we can. I just go for the Maxi. Maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know. But we're just going for game this turn. We just say fuck it. So we go in with Librarian, make Scrap Dragon, pop my own Gachiltron to clear one of his guys, and then summon it back. So that's going to be the end of that game. It's a game through Trag even. Alright, game number 3. I have the Veiler to stop the Venus, which is nice. Double call, a little awkward, but we can set it up with a Foolish if we need to. Fortunately for me, he storms right away. He decides to ram it in and bring it back with Reborn just to resolve his Shine Balls. We do the Gear Town play. This is pretty good. Unfortunately, he's going to have Dark Hole into Christia, which is kind of crazy. So we're going to be taking a lot of damage this turn. I get a little lucky, though, and I top deck an out to the Christia. Again, I forgot my stupid Tengu. Oh my god. Alright, so we're going to book the Christia. Then we just got to say go for it, right? Do our Kuraz play. If we had... Leeching the Light would have been pretty good if Christia was face up, but... Yeah. Here we die because of Mind Control. I thought a while about if I could Valor one of these to live, but I can't. So, unfortunate, we kind of just get randomly gamed again, but whatever. It is what it is. We got pretty far. We got third. Very respectable performance by the Kuraz deck, I think. I had a lot of fun this event. I think a lot of these games were really close, really cool, very back and forth, so tons of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the replays. I hope you guys enjoyed me going over them. But yeah, it's going to be it for... I might discuss the deck list a little more somewhere else later. I don't know. We'll think about it. Depends on how this video is received, I guess. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.